Greetings to another video. Today we're going to see how realistic can a indoor turbo trainer actually feel. And I've actually ridden 650 hours indoors on a turbo, which is like, I think it's almost 27 days. So I know how turbos feel. I have ridden so many different turbos. And this is the first one I'm actually going to try that has got motion plates. So this is the Tacx Neo 3M. Only just come out, but it's got integrated motion plates. I'm going to try it and give you my honest opinion on whether I think you should get them, the benefits of them if there are any, and how I find it, and if it does actually feel anything like riding outdoors, because I think that's why we like riding bikes, isn't it? We want to feel like we're riding outdoors. So the turbo was really easy and simple to set up. The main thing that I love already, it has a handle. Little simple things. Thank you so much, Garmin and Tacx, for putting a handle on this. I very much appreciate it. So it's got a handle. It's also got a cassette already installed. Also very important, if you've actually got a mountain bike or a gravel bike that's got like a low gearing, which is what I've got on my road bike. I've got GRX on this. You might need to add a bigger cassette. So I've changed it to a 34 on this, just basically to take up the extra chain slack. But for the majority of people on a regular road bike with regular like gearing, it will work fine. Before I get on again and give you all the details, I want to show me actually trying it for the very first time. It wasn't like a full session, it was literally like 20 seconds because I was so excited when I set it up just to actually get on it and try it. And I was like, I don't want to set all this up, the cameras and stuff. I want to try it. I want to see what it feels like. Oh. So much better than being rigid. Like it. That is so good. Try that. It is very scary, like as you've seen, it is a little bit daunting because it is moving quite a lot, and I was like, I don't know whether I like this. It literally took like 20 seconds just to get used to it, so bear that in mind when you first try this. So I'm actually going to get on it properly now, so I'll see you on the bike. It's going from side to side and forwards and backwards. It feels so much more realistic than any other turbo that I've ever tried. For me, yes, it does feel more realistic. So if you're someone that doesn't like turbos because they don't really feel that realistic, I would definitely recommend trying one of these. The other thing, and this is a very personal specific thing for me and why I want the movement. Yes, I like it because it feels more immersive, it feels more like you're outside. For me, it is specifically because it's a lot more comfortable. When you've got a more rigid setup, and there's pros and cons of both, but for me personally, because I do loads of climbing, I just get, and this is for outside as well, I get quite tight hips. And so when I'm on a turbo that is more rigid, I do feel that a lot more. And so having a turbo that actually moves around more, it's just gonna, well, I've ridden this quite a few times now, and you just don't get that ache or the fatigue that you would get from a turbo that was more rigid. So for immersive feeling, making it feel more like the outdoors, it's got road feel. So if you are, for example, on Zwift and you go over like some cobbles or some like planks, it replicates that feeling, and it kind of like, I don't know how it does it, but it's almost like the vibration that you get over cobbles. So a couple of stats about the turbo. It's got a maximum of 2,200 watts. It's got 25% gradient feel. It's got to 1% accuracy, so it's so unbelievably accurate. It also doesn't need any calibration, so if you move it around, you know, with that little handle that's got on it, you can move it, you don't need to calibrate it. It also, this is another feature that I really like about this, it actually generates its own power, so you don't necessarily need to have it with a cord or like a cable. So if you want to use it like outside in a garage that's not got electricity, or outside in like a shed or like an outhouse or something, you don't necessarily need to plug it in. And then finally, this is my most favourite feature, apart from obviously the movement, is the erg mode accuracy. So erg mode, if you don't know, is basically when you're on say Zwift, for example, doing a training plan, you've got an interval. You can set your turbo to replicate and just hold you at a set wattage. So if I'm doing a session and I want to, hold, 250 watts for 5 minutes, it will hold you at 250 watts. And all the turbo trainers that I've used in the past, and this is like a common thing, I guess, across all of them. Sometimes it can go a little bit over, a little bit under, but this turbo, it gets you up to that exact wattage that you want so fast, and then holds you at that wattage, like pretty much bang on. And I'm like, this is the most accurate one that I've ever used. So if you're going to be using a lot of training plans and you want the erg mode to be spot on, again, 10 out of 10 for this. It's just got everything that I would want in a turbo trainer. Also, if you don't want the motion plates or road feel, you can turn them both off. To turn the motion plates off, there's just like a little toggle at the back on either side that you just flick off. It's just really easy just to turn them on and off. Also, noise. How noisy is this turbo trainer? The only noise that I can actually hear from it is from my drive chain. As I mentioned earlier, motion plates, I just thought they were, I don't know, maybe like a bit of a fad. I just felt like they weren't for me. But having used them, yes, they feel a lot more realistic. If you're someone that doesn't like turbo trainers because you think, oh, they don't really feel like riding outside, this is the most realistic turbo trainer that I've ever tried. So if that's what you want, this is definitely the one to go for. But for me, the reason that I like the movement, yes, it's great that it feels more realistic, but for the comfort, because the amount of hours that I do spend on the turbo, they really add up. And so anything that adds any little bit of extra comfort I'm there for it. But I will be honest, it is an investment. So again, this is going to be maybe for someone, so maybe it's not going to be for your first turbo trainer, unless you just know that you want the best you can possibly get on the market, then yeah, just go straight for this one. If you are looking at smart trainers anyway, I've done a video on the Tacx Flow, which is the entry-level version of smart trainer. I'll leave a link to that. But yeah, for me, this is going to be my trainer for the year, for going forward, for building like all my fitness, for like all the summer plans that I've got, because they are coming in for next year and I'm getting very excited but also very nervous. I'm like, I need to start doing some more turbo training, so I'm going to be spending a lot of hours on this leading up to the summer. And I think this is the thing, so yes, it's more comfortable, but being more comfortable indoors is going to mean that I'm more comfortable outdoors, because I've built that fitness and I've got that base so that I can actually enjoy riding outdoors more, because I've just built that fitness in the dark, cold months of winter. So my overall opinion, this is the best smart trainer, turbo trainer I've ever used. Like, are motion plates worth it? Like, do they make that much difference? For me, and for someone that does get, like, I don't know, you mentioned this, like, you're gonna be like, God, we've heard about your tight hips like a million times, but yeah, for someone that does get that, it's just such a big difference. And I'm just very thankful that someone's created this to benefit me. Not benefit just me, but you know what I mean? Like, it's helping a problem that I have. I have been chatting for almost 4 minutes. I'm gonna go. If you've got any questions about anything I mentioned in the video, or anything I mentioned not in this video, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you all next video. And I can't wait to just go out and do all these fun adventures in the summer. I'm ready. I am so ready. Right, okay. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.